In this art lesson, we will take a look at the work of the papercraft artist Ray Besserdin, with an aim to take an influence from his work and apply it to our own. We will apply a range of simple papercraft techniques with the use of a template to assist us. Materials you will need for this art activity are some paint, preferably watercolour paint if you have it, one large paintbrush, a water pot, the papercraft shaped template handout downloadable from Firefly, a pair of scissors, a glue stick and a separate sheet of paper. Thick paper or card is recommended if you have it. For our inspiration today, we're going to look at this work called Impressions of Melbourne's Botanic Gardens in Paper Sculpture. This artwork shows the many intricate details that the artist Ray Besserdin has applied to his art. The main medium the artist works with is paper. However, he has also added a background layer of what seems to be green watercolour paint for added contrast to the white paper and to connect the piece to its place of inspiration. The first step is to paint with watercolour paint a dark green colour covering the full background of your paper. As recommended, it's better to work with thicker paper so that the paper doesn't bubble, and as I've experimented with before, adding a darker black colour over the top of the green will give more contrast and allow your white paper to stand out once dry. Next, print out your paper template sheet and cut out the shapes around the black lines. Once you've cut out the leaves, find the edge of a table and you are literally going to fold that leaf over that edge to create a folded, almost 3D look to your leaf shape. Next, we're going to cut out the ruler looking shape, which actually is going to form the 3D sun. So cut around that shape and then cut into the little marks, not going further than that, all the way along the edge. And then once that's cut, you will use a round paintbrush or a round pencil to curve the paper to help it go into a circular shape. My paper actually broke off there, so if that does happen to you, no problem, but try to be more careful. Here I'm using a ruler, and that will also help create a nice neat edge for you to fold your little tabs back. Once you've folded your tabs back, then take a small piece of sticky tape and tape that together to make a circular sun. After that, take your scissors and cut out the birds, and it really depends on you how you want to make your composition and where they want to be placed. Lastly, you're going to cut out the branch of a tree. Here I'm drawing two wavy lines and making sure that it is long enough to match the length of my painted paper. Cut that out, and then lastly is the fun bit, to stick it all down. So taking a glue stick, I arrange my elements and I see where they look best. So you don't have to do the same composition as me. You can arrange your birds slightly higher, lower, flying in different directions. It's completely up to you. Here you can see the difference between my two pre-made prototypes. The image on the left shows a much lighter background, therefore the contrast between the white birds and the paint colour does not show up so much, whereas the image on the right really pops out at us because the background is so much darker and showing further contrast. It is up to you what colour you choose to use for your painted background, but try to use a colour that really contrasts and is darker than the white paper.